The technique I'm about to share with you, you must use with caution because it is so powerful and so life changing that, like, you will change your entire life and your entire life path and timeline that you're on in a matter of seconds. Even if you don't do long meditations, even if you don't go in and do lots of deep journaling and discover like the root cause of something, this simple technique and practice will completely shift everything in your life. I know because I did it recently and everything has been changing. And I've heard so many stories of people experiencing the same. So if you're new here, my name is Milana. Welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe because I'm about to drop the biggest, most life changing practices, techniques, stories, super cool things to your channel. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that we can stay connected because we're besties now. It's meant to be. Before I teach you this super crazy cool technique, I want to share a comment that I got here on the channel from Jamie. I love reading your guys' comments. Like whenever you have questions or experiences of your own or your own thoughts, I just love reading it and I'd like to share them sometimes in my videos. So Jamie said, speed up your manifestations by wishing prosperity and abundance on another and forgive everyone on this earth because everyone is just you pushed out. This will allow abundance to flow freely and eliminate any blocks. Love thy neighbor as yourself, even if they are intolerable. Wow. I could drop the mic right there. That is so true. Everyone is a reflection of you. So when you love and forgive everyone else, you allow all the abundance, all the blessings to come to you. It's really profound and beautiful. And then you feel deeper peace and healing as you forgive and love others. Okay, are you ready for this crazy, crazy technique? It's going to blow your mind. Okay, before I teach you this, I need you to know one thing. The subconscious mind, and even the mind, does not know the difference between imagination and reality. In fact, most of our memories, I think they've like measured it statistically. I think maybe like 50% or something of our memories are not even true, which means that if you have a memory of something traumatic or really difficult that you've been through, that maybe you keep replaying in your mind, or maybe you don't replay it, but it's just kind of like deep in your soul somewhere, just like hiding away in your subconscious, all the beliefs, all the negative emotions, all the things you think happened, a lot of them aren't even true. And I don't say this to invalidate you. I say this to empower you. Because if you bring it back to the subconscious not knowing the difference between imagination and reality, you can imagine that a different thing happened in the past. So instead of the stressor or the trauma happening, you can imagine that something else happened instead, like what you would have rather seen happened. I've heard of people using this with investments and money. So I heard a story about this guy who was really mad at himself for not investing in a certain investment opportunity. I think it was like a company or a stock or whatever. And he was so bummed because this stock or company, whatever, ended up taking off. And he was like, I would have had X amount of money if I had like made this investment that I wanted to make, but I was scared and whatever, I didn't make the investment. So then he did a little mental rehearsal. He closed his eyes and imagined that he had made that investment. He deposited that investment into that stock or company. And then he imagined that it had grown just as it did in real life, but this time he had skin in the game. He had his money in it. And then he withdrew his money and it was X amount of dollars. Shortly after, in his job, he received a couple of new clients out of nowhere and received commission that was the same amount of money that he would have made in that investment. And I'll tell you why this happens. It's because the subconscious doesn't allow things that are not in alignment in our life. That's how powerful the subconscious is. The subconscious brings everything into alignment, just like the spine, like all the little spinal bones are like perfectly in a line. And if they're not in alignment, it's in pain and whatever, and it wants you to bring it back and come back into alignment. That's how the subconscious mind works with everything in your life with money, relationships, your health, your body, the things in your life like your home, your career, your job, everything. So when you go back and imagine a different thing happening, exactly how you would have wanted it to happen, and it working out in your favor, the subconscious mind is like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know. We got to make it work. We got to like fit it in. We got to make everything line up. So then it glitches to bring your desire and what you imagine would have happened in your life in a new way. So it's not like you're going to go back and then like suddenly you receive that investment payout from that investment. It's probably going to come into your life in a different way. But that's because you've caused glitches in the matrix, and it's glitching in your favor now. It's glitching to reflect what you've imagined. So I actually did this to heal on a deeper level from my last heartbreak. If you've been on this channel for a while, I actually shared a video like the day after I got dumped from my last serious relationship. It was just a super traumatic breakup. Like, I could have processed it and gotten over it so much easier and faster if the person had just like had a conversation with me about it and we had like a calm agreement or whatever. But that wasn't the case. I had literally no closure. It went from like 100 to 0 like that in an instant. And it was just super traumatic. And I have done a lot of healing work in the time between that event and now. I've done my EFT tapping. I've forgiven this person. I've done a lot of deep journaling. I've discovered so many deep wounds and healed from them that are like not even about him or the breakup, but it's like it exposed so many weaknesses within me that I have worked on and healed. And I'm so grateful for that. But you know what took my closure to the next level? It was imagining like the optimal outcome happening in this breakup. So I closed my eyes. It literally takes like 1 minute or less. That's the crazy cool thing. I closed my eyes and I imagined that instead of what happened, I imagined that we had a really calm conversation and that this person gave me a couple reasons of why he didn't want to be with me and gave me the opportunity to change those things or not and to go our separate ways. And I decided, you know what? Like, those are too big of things about me that I don't want to change. Those are core to my personality and how I want to live my life. And I don't want to change those things. So we calmly, lovingly agreed to go our separate ways and that it was the best for both of us if we separated and lived our separate lives. And I had so much peace in this vision of this happening. And it's like, I imagined that this was real, that this is really what happened. And honestly, it's true. It is really what happened because there is an infinite number of parallel realities of alternate worlds. So I quantum leaped into the world where that is what happened in my past. Because visualization doesn't just work for the future, it also works for the past. So I quantum leaped, quantum shifted into a parallel reality where that was what had happened in my past, which brought me to such a deeper resting state of peace. And I'm going to be honest with you, like, even though I've done so much healing work, I have had like flashbacks and visions and whatever, and of like pangs of like missing that guy or whatever. But ever since I did this visualization like a month ago, I haven't missed him at all. Like, this took my healing to the next level, like on such deep level. And it's because like it's as if something completely different happened to me. And you want to know something interesting is ever since I did this, I have been getting asked out by guys. Like, I've been getting so much attention from men, which is not even my goal, but like men will stop me on the street or like in a store or come up to me like in the wild in public and they'll just like start talking to me and ask me out. And that's like not normal for me. I don't know if it happens to all of you, but what are the odds that it starts happening to me after I do this visualization? It's because now I'm a more healed version of myself that is more trusting in men again and is more like open and ready for my next relationship. Because before there was still a piece of me that was like mourning and missing my ex. But now I'm on this new vibration where I have deep closure and deep healing on this topic. So, something that's really exciting is in my membership community, we have a live call every week. And within these calls, we do EFT tapping, we do all the subconscious reprogramming work to heal past traumas and shift you into your dream life. This is now something that I've been incorporating on these calls where I'm like, okay, really quickly, like visualize what you would have wished would have happened, happen instead. Now make it better. And it's just like adding so much power and boom, staying power to our sessions. And it's just so exciting to see people having such crazy awesome results from our sessions. I actually want to share a DM that I just got this morning from one of my members. It literally made me cry. Okay, so she said, Milana, my youngest daughter is obsessed with EFT tapping and journaling because of you. Oh, thank you so much for inspiring my whole family. Yesterday, she sold her bracelets in our neighborhood. She also found a dog, and out of nowhere, the owner saw her with the dog and gave her $100. She was surprised, and we know it was all the time she's putting in. We love you, Milana. Have a wonderful day. This literally made me cry. I was like, wow, this amazing mom who's in my membership is like showing up, doing the work, healing herself. And she's sharing this work with her daughter, with her family. And now her daughter is experiencing it firsthand, the results and impacts of reprogramming her subconscious mind into abundance, into a more healed version of herself, where she's selling her bracelets, like doing what she loves. How fun. And she got to make an extra $100 for finding a dog and like caring for it for I don't know how long, a day, a few hours, whatever. And then she got that $100 like just for being herself, for being her authentic self and showing up in the world. And that's one of the big things that we tune into the membership a lot is like you get paid to be your authentic self. You get paid just to exist. I mean, it's true. Lots of things in nature are the same exact way, like flowers, they just get planted into the soil that has all the nutrients they need and they receive rain and sunlight and oxygen and they get to just bloom into their best life and be paid abundantly to exist. We are the same. We are the same as those flowers. So, here's what I want you to do before the end of the day. Make sure you do this before you fall asleep tonight. Maybe you do it right after your head hits the pillow. You imagine this. Imagine something that has been bothering you or that's been upsetting you. Imagine that it happened in a different way, okay? Maybe it was like getting passed up on a promotion at work. Maybe it was getting laid off from your job. Maybe it was like you wish you would have invested in the stock market because it's taken off so much over the last, like, I don't know, 8 months or whatever. Maybe it was you wish you would have invested in Bitcoin like 10 years ago or Tesla, or that someone who broke your heart like didn't. Whatever it is, imagine a totally different scenario, a different outcome, and allow yourself to believe it. Allow yourself to think it's real because it is. You are quantum shifting, and this is going to change your entire life. Okay. And if you want to make it even juicier, even crazier, replay it again the next day. Do it a few times. I have revisited this new memory that I've created a few times because it brings me so much peace. Like whenever I revisit, I'm like, oh, wow, I love how mature that breakup was. Like it was so peaceful and so calming and like so loving and so aligned. Like it literally just makes me feel so good. So if you want to make it extra good, extra powerful, revisit it a few times. You don't have to like death grip and do it every day all the time, but like if it makes you feel good, keep shifting into it because that's a vibration that you're tuning into and you'll continue to attract things on that vibration of peace, of happiness, freedom, of wholeness, of acceptance, of surrender, of trust, of just like being in that juicy flow with the universe. So once again, make sure you are subscribed to my channel because obviously this video was amazing and you don't want to miss any of my future videos. Stay connected with me. I have a free 15-minute guided tutorial with some of my favorite subconscious reprogramming techniques. Make sure you grab that in the description below, and I'll see you soon.